Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Baraka and family. So in this video, there are some very burning questions that are actually going to be asked in this video. It's just a video of self-reflection. Definitely the new year is just around the corner, and it's quite evident that the new year doesn't really bring anything special. The question is, what are you going to bring in the new year? What is it that is going to make it to be new? Because just in the same way, for example, if it's a lizard entering the new year, it will still be a lizard in the new year. But what are you going to leave behind that is not worth or valuable for you to take to the coming year? And what is it that you're going to, for example, if you have not been very prayerful, if you have not been very studious of God's word, probably these are things that now you need to incorporate into your habits. These are things that need to become part of you. So this video is a very self-reflection video because there's a lot of burning questions that you're going to be listening to in this video. First of all, we're going to be starting with a clip of a celestial. And then we're going to have just a very weird thing just to show you about a very shocking thing that's actually going on in the world right now, just to let you know why it's important for you to be serious with your Christian life or your walk with God. And then finally, just to show you of how people are losing their life just because they choose to stand with Jesus. I'm telling you, it's a very self-reflection video because how serious is it for you? How is the gospel serious for you? How is God's word serious for you? So probably this is your first time coming across the platform, or you have always been watching the videos but you've never subscribed. Hit on that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to like the video, because once you like the video, you're partnering with the channel. Let us get into the video.
Into the furnace of testing that I've been speaking about. And when this thing is burning before the Lord, you will see your life burning, but all Jesus will see is a great lie, lied by a great liar. And all liars will be put into the lake of fire. Therefore, there are burning questions on the table that are not being raised on many platforms on this internet. Burning questions. How much does your lie mean to you? Is it worth your life? How much does the homosexuality that you want to practice, how much is it worth to you? Is it worth your life? At what point are you going to pick up that baseball bat and say, Jesus Christ, give me the strength, because I'm going to war with what feels like myself? That's not you. It's a false image. It's a false image appearing real. It's a false image appearing real. When you break that thing, you may go through a lot of struggles. Self-identity is a different thing to rework. And that is why Jesus is saying, go back to the beginning. I said in the beginning of this video, I would talk about two things: the beginning and obedience. The beginning and obedience. When you break the false image appearing real, you're someone's extra a sexual partner, and that person is married. But no, I've been seeing her for 3 years. That means you've been in sin for 3 years. Time is running out. We are getting very close to the time that Jesus is going to allow multiple tests to burst upon this earth. He's going to be appearing not so much as this merciful lamb that everybody loves, but as a lion, the roaring lion of Judah. It's going to be a different climate altogether. To us who are saved, much has been given, much will be expected. You can't say, because I've been deep in a lie, so I must continue with the lie. No, it shows that your heart is hard. To say that, to want to protect your way of life that is against God's word, against God's laws, his tenets, his commandments, Your heart is hard, and there's judgment for that. Romans chapter 2, verses 2 onwards. But we know that the judgment of God is according to truth against those who practice such things. If you want to know what things, just go and read the whole of Romans chapter 1 from about verse 18 to verse 32. It lists all the sin. It lists a very comprehensive list of things that God will absolutely not countenance. He will not accept it. He will not turn a blind eye to it indefinitely. Judgment for such things is coming. And it says in verse 2 that actually the kind of judgment for those who practice such things, there's the phrase is again, is death. Those who practice such things are deserving of death. Don't let the pastors lie to you that this is metaphysical, metaphorical death. It's when you're separated from Christ. Separation from Jesus Christ means to spend your eternity not in the place where he is. He's going to be in heaven. There's only one other place to be separated from him eternally, and that is in the lake of fire. That is in the lake of fire. There is no earthly pursuit that is worth the lake of fire. There's no relationship. There's no lie. There's no false gender. There's no false sexual desire. There's no transition from male to female, female to male. That is worth eternal separation from Jesus Christ. There's no sinful pursuit. There's no envy. There's no jealousy. There's no sexual immorality. No touching of your body. No touching of other people's bodies. No looking at pornographic material. No unforgiveness hidden in your heart. Envy, violence, murder, evil speech. None of that is worth eternal separation from Jesus Christ. He says those who practice such things, even those who are disrespectful to parents, is listed here. Those who practice such things, they are undiscerning. Did you ever really read the Bible and look at Romans chapter 1 and verse 31? And it says that being undiscerning, meaning you're not able to tell what is a true Christian from a false Christian. You're not able to tell false teaching from true teaching. You're not able to tell prophecy from witchcraft. So you just mix the two. He says that those who do such are deserving of death. Those who are haters of God, those who are proud, boasters, disobedient to their parents.
Yeah. So that Romans 2 to 6 speaks about, now we know that God's judgment against those who do such things is based on truth. So this, where Paul is referring to such things, if we bring it back to Romans 1:18 to 32. So there are a variety of things that actually Paul writes, which are sinful behaviors. So an example is idolatry. That is the worshipping of false gods and all that, and sexual immorality, where he's also speaking about same-sex relationships as well, greed, envy, murder, deceit, malice, gossip, arrogance, disobedience to parents, injustice and wickedness. For example, being unloving, unforgiving, unmerciful. So these are just among them. These are just among them, but these are things that now we need to let go. You know, when at the start of the video, I was asking you and just letting you know that there's nothing really special about the new year. What makes the new year special is you. What are you going to bring to that new year? If you're the same person who the Bible is speaking about in this section, and that's the person that's going to the new year, then there's nothing new about it. So this here is a clip, a very shocking clip of a certain musician playing the music. And once he's playing that, the music, just look at how people are reacting. I've actually gone to his page and I've seen, like, sometimes it gets so wild. So these are the things that actually are being transferred right now. These are the things that are being transferred. Look at that. So you wonder what type of music is this? You know, just causing a lot of havoc, causing a lot of violent like character, very aggressive, you know. So this is the world that we are in. And I just want to let you know, as children of God, exactly what we are up against. We're in a war. And I'm telling you, the devil is really pushing with everything he has to make sure he destroys, deceives as many people as possible. Look at this level of deception. Look at that level of deception right there. So, I don't know how serious God's word is to you, but if it has not been as serious as it should, I think it's high time that you become serious about God's word. It's high time that you become very serious about the things of God, because this is real. This is not a joke. So this clip here, I just want to show you how some people have really taken serious their stand with Christ to the level of even accepting to be martyred just because of Jesus.
Your husband, brother, or father brutally killed by religious fanatics. That's what happened to many families when ISIS executed 21 Egyptian Christians in February. While the horrible video led to worldwide outrage, some families are happy that the martyrs kept their faith. And as Gary Lane found out, they're ready to forgive.
I was very proud that my husband stood firm in his faith and that he didn't deny Jesus.
That surprising reaction is happening 150 miles south of Cairo, in the village of El Aour. Residents there honor the sacrifice of 21 Egyptians brutally murdered last February by ISIS. Their pictures are prominently displayed in the sanctuary of Virgin Mary Church. 13 attended this church. The martyrs left behind family members, like 23-year-old Miriam Farhat. She became a widow when the militants beheaded her husband Malik Ibrahim in Libya. She first learned of his murder when she saw this now infamous video on local television.
We were very sad for the first 2 days, but we hadn't seen the video. When we saw them in the video calling to Jesus, we were very comforted.
And that's why Miriam and other families say they are now joyful, not sad. Babawi Alham's brother Samuel was among those killed.
We were always praying that God would make them steadfast in their faith. We were very happy with what they said on the video, Jesus Christ, have mercy on us. When we found out they had been killed for being Christian, we were very comforted because these were God's children and He took them.
Although Samuel's wife and children now live without a husband and father, his family told CBN News their faith is stronger. They forgive the jihadists and even pray for ISIS.
I pray for them that God may open their heart and they may know the truth and know that what they do is wrong and then do the right thing. Jesus told us to forgive every sin, and we forgive them, and we hope that they can come to know Jesus.
Christians here in Egypt are encouraged to know they're not alone. Back in the United States, there's a growing movement among Christians there to demonstrate unity and solidarity with those who are suffering for Christ in the Middle East.
Wow. Glory, 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 glory. Wow. So the same gospel that you are ignoring, that you're too busy for, that you're just reading scriptures that you want to read and ignore some scriptures that you want to ignore, some people are actually losing their all. They're losing their life because of this gospel. So how serious is God's word to you and for you? You know, some through the year, I have been calling out different doctrines from different pastors, and I'm exposing them and bringing them to light. One of the reasons why I do it is because of the passion that I have for God's word. How much will you stand for the true gospel? How much will you stand for that gospel? Or are you that person that once you get to a party, they're jamming to secular music, like you've seen those people right there? You forget everything to do with Christ. You actually leave Christ on the side. Then you get in the party and have a good time. It reminds me of another story. Let me just give you that story. It's about a certain man of God. So this man of God, it was at night, and then he was just on a night drive. Late at night, probably past midnight. And then now he got to this brothel. This is a pastor. This is a man of God. He has people that he is leading. So he got to this brothel, and he was like, he wanted to enjoy himself a bit before he actually went home to his family. So he said, I just want to enjoy myself a bit. So he actually prayed about it. He prayed and asked God to allow him to go and enjoy himself. So in the prayer, he asked God to not go along with him. So God to remain outside, for him to go inside and enjoy and have a good time with the ladies there. And he did that. So he went in, and then he had a good time. According to him, that's the good time he was asking for. So he had that good time. And then now he came out. So when he came out, he got back in his car and he was driving. And he felt that the Lord was not with him. He had asked God to leave him. He asked God to leave him so that he can go and enjoy and have a good time. So he felt that God was a barrier. He felt that God was a hindrance. So when he came out of that, he was empty. He was guilty. He was empty. That's how he destroyed his ministry. That's how he destroyed his ministry. So we need to be careful. We need to be serious with our walk with Christ. This is not a joke. Jesus gave himself. He gave up his life for us. He gave up his life for us. He died for our sake. In my place, he died. So this gospel is just not a matter of word only, not just mere words, but there's someone that gave his life for this. So this is a self-reflection video. This is a video of self-reflection. You know exactly where you are in your life. You know exactly, probably you have things that you compromise, you know exactly. So this is a video just to allow yourself to take time and self-reflect on your journey with Christ. If probably you're traveling because of the season, it's a beautiful moment for you to do that. As you're traveling, just self-reflect. As you're away from work because of the holiday and season, take time, just self-reflect. Sit somewhere, meditate on God's word. Meditate on the person that you want to be. Take time and just self-reflect how you've lived 2024. What are those things that you want to adjust? How are you entering this new year? What do you want in the new year? What are the goals for the new year? Is it to know God more? Is it to pray more? Is it to study God's word more? So let me know what you think about it right there in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and to like. Stay blessed and see you on the next video.